I'm Mary Amy, and I'm coming to you live at 5:28 in New York. I'm really sorry that I'm running beyond late today because I had a situation that came up and it was a personal matter and I had to take care of it. And so I thought, should I just go ahead and just say hi and talk to you about a few items, and then we will have a regular stream on Thursday, and I have a guest, David Eller, Bigfoot investigator, coming from Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. So here I am. It's Signs of Light. I'm Mary Amy. I'm debating whether or not to, I'm just going to take out the earplugs. Sometimes I need the earplugs because I'm so empathic that I'm receiving all kinds of energies, and I don't even know what's around me, but sometimes I feel overwhelmed, and so I need to plug up my ears because it's too much for me internally. Anyway, I'm Mary Amy. This is Signs of Light. Now, today I'm just going to touch on a few items. I'm going to do a visualization, and I will speak of this. I saw this today in the Post, and I'll explain to you. It talks about the UAP report. Of course, I'll mention angels, and we have some new followers. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, before we get to that, I just would like to say a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. I give helpful suggestions to inner peace and personal serenity. My holistic modalities include: I'm an intuitive wisdom coach, a Reiki master, and an ordained minister. Bright light shines on us. Every thought is very powerful, and we are all part of a whole. My pain is your pain, and your pain is mine. Karma is a cycle of cause and effect. Now, the sacred knowledge that I impart on you is to connect to a light source, engage with nature, and record your sleeping dreams for the universe to guide you on your ultimate destiny. Like I said, I'm so sorry today. It was a long day. There was a personal issue that I had to take care of, and so I couldn't come on at 2, but I thought, I don't want to blow the day. I need to come on and just say hi and speak about what I normally speak about. I want to say that I'm so grateful that we have some new followers. I don't know if you're joining us today, but we have 4 new followers. Sir Super, and you know I butcher words, 88. Jint SS25 if you're out there. Trigger Pet, and KTM Dude. Now, I know that KY is usually there. KY, you're joining us today. Hi, if you are. And also, we all always have I Love the Beach and I Love the Fun, which I'd love you to join me in the chat if there's anything that you want to mention. And I guess today, really what I want to say is that, you know, I'm receiving so much confusion out in the world, and there is a lot going on, but I wanted to say to you that I'm here and I'm grounded, and if you want a sacred place to join us and spend time during our streams together, here we are, and we'll touch on subjects like Bigfoot, UAPs, divine light, angels, and I'm going to say that on Thursday, again, I'm mentioning David Eller is our guest. Let's just talk for a minute about light on the horizon, and I've spoken about that. And light on the horizon means that there's hope and there's a possibility of improvement in your life, and things will get better. And I just want to say that I know that it might not even look like there's a glimmer of hope coming, but if you're consistent and you are trying your best and becoming the best version of you with a higher consciousness and a higher vibration. And how do you attain those? You attain those by having compassion for yourself and for others, and putting love out into the world, and by having positive words, thoughts, and actions. And I think of light on the horizon, and I see in my third eye and in my heart, I see the beauty of nature. I see that we're all connected and that kindness and compassion matters. Sometimes you hear that people say good deeds are unnoticed, and that's not true. When you have a act of kindness without any kind of benefit to yourself, or it's not noted, it doesn't mean that it's not noted somewhere in the universe. It's making a difference, and people are watching. People are always watching us, and we think, oh, you know, if I do an act, something, people aren't going to pay attention. Or, like I said, the universe will pay attention. And every day that you improve on yourself and in your life makes a difference. So that's how I see light on the horizon. You know, I can see it like I'm just looking off right now, but I see, I don't want to say enlightenment because I feel like that's too strong a word, but I see this brilliance, and I see this glow, and I see all the possibilities, and that dreams do come true, and you can have abundance in your life. And by loving yourself and loving others, your life will improve. And I've said to you a few times, make a list of 5 humongous goals and dreams that you have. And by doing that, you're putting power and energy towards what you want. And if you can feel joy about those 5 humongous goals, you will receive them, and they will come into your life in some form. Maybe not in the time frame that you want, but eventually you will manifest them. It's funny because sometimes when I do receive something that I've had as my goal, it's so late that I say, oh, I don't know if I should take it. But as soon as you are brought an opportunity, you must take it, because you don't know how long it's going to be before it comes back around. And I'll give you an example of that. So I've been applying for and working on being hosts on different shows and radio shows, and I received an opportunity. I went in on an interview, and I will be in New York City hosting for an app, doing videos along with streaming. And I said, this is an opportunity, this is an experience, and this is going to be fun, and I'll talk to you about it as I go on. So my suggestion to you is to connect to a source of light, either in your heart, because we all have glowing light in our heart that we're born with, or out in nature. Spend time in nature, engage with nature, watch a sunrise, a sunset, and we will be doing a visualization, so I'll help you with that. Now, today I saw, because where I was today I always get the New York Post. And I grew up going to Manhattan as a child and through my teens, and then as an adult. And so I get the Post for many reasons, because there's news in there, and then there's, you always like the celebrity photos. So something came out about the report, the UAP report. So I'm going to read it to you. This is what was in there. And then here I have, this is basically what we've been seeing all along, which is from the pilot's view. There's the UAP. And I had another photo of the UAP, but it just didn't come out today. And but I'm just going to read to you. So also I want to mention to you, I always say, what is driving? Who is in the UAPs? Is there an extraterrestrial? Is there a gray alien? An extraterrestrial is from outside the Earth or its atmosphere. So here's today's This is from the Post. Like I said, I'm going to read it to you. And it says, the real truth on UFOs is out there. And it's only 17 pages long, which I'm not really sure what this is. So my friend who's a UAP expert, I'm going to ask him when I get a chance. The 9-page preliminary U.S. government report released last month, we all know about that, it was June 25th, did little to satisfy those seeking answers on whether alien life exists. Now, if you want to ask any questions or talk about aliens or UAPs, UFOs, put it in the chat. Please join us in the chat. It's always great to have conversation. You know, it gives me energy because, I don't know, I'm like a healer. I want to help. I want to try to define things. And I love the mysteries of the universe. And the classified version isn't likely to provide much more depth, with just 8 additional pages accounting to a report by the Black Vault, a website operated by author-podcaster John Greenwald. Days after the June 25th report was released by the Office of Director of National Intelligence, U.S. officials declined to comment on the length of the classified version, but told Greenwald that it was substantially consistent, and had the same conclusions as the public document. Greenwald tweeted Thursday that he had confirmed the length of the classified report. Now, see, oh, here it is, which led to much speculation online, which estimates ranging anywhere between 70 to 400 pages. I heard it was 70, but apparently it's longer if they're saying up to 400 pages. The classified version of the report is 17 pages in length. Sally Nicholson from this ODNI office that handles Freedom of Information Act requests wrote to Greenwald in an email Thursday. Greenwald, who specializes in obtaining declassified documents through FOIA requests, bills his site as the largest private online collection of declassified government reports. So what did the government reports say that we were allowed to see? Basically, as you know, it said that most of the UAP sightings and encounters were unidentified, and they're not quite sure what it was. Under other, I believe that they are not Russian or Chinese or our crafts. These crafts can dive into the water, can fly in the air. So I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of it. And my senses say that we'll know something, like everything, by 2025. And this is just the beginning, and it's exciting. And I don't know, I mean, these UAPs are in different forms. They're in spherical form, and then they're in triangle form, and they're in tic-tac form. And are they different? Do they have different passengers? A friend of mine speaks about pilots and the Navy seeing passengers in the UAPs, which we will not hear about probably for a long time. Anyway, so I just thought I'd mention that. And, I've been talking about aliens. We've been talking about starseeds, which are Andromedans, Pleiades, and blue beings. And we'll get back to that probably on Thursday. Thursday's guest is a Bigfoot investigator, and he has been studying stick structures, which allegedly are made by Bigfoot, and he has a lot to tell us. And he has been invited to speak at a few Bigfoot conventions. So I'll be excited to talk to David. Let's see. Here's the most famous Bigfoot footage ever released from Bluff Creek. in 1967, Patty. And so that is that. I also wanted to mention the angels, which I always do because I have my painting of angels right here. And this painting is from the Temple of Dance, Celestial Celebration, the Dance of Angels, Inspiring Revelations, Angelic Energy, and it's by Botticelli. And this is the angels dancing, which I always mention because angels are prevalent in my life, and I believe that we all have guardian angels, and they give me hope. I've definitely turned some corners lately because my dreams, I speak of, are sleeping dreams. And I speak of jotting down your dreams when you wake up, because our dreams guide us. And I have to tell you that in the last few days, I must have released some negativity and darkness from my being, my spirit, because my dreams have shifted. And they're sharing messages with me. And some of the people present in my dreams in the past who seem to be in the form of similar patterns, similar themes, are now leaving. So I know that I've cleared a lot out of me, and my vibration is raising, and I'm ascending to a higher frequency. And on that note, I'd like to do a visualization because I know that that helps all of us, and I am here to help you. And a visualization is giving you guided imagery to bring light into your being, and that's what I'm here for. So let's do this together. So let's close our eyes. We will create vivid mental images in our mind's eye, bringing positive emotions such as joy, happiness, and hope. Blessings. Our intention today is to clear away negative thoughts through a glowing light. Let's realize connecting your mind, body, spirit to divine light will shed darkness to yourself and unblock your true purpose and potential. Your glowing light visualization begins now. Please find a quiet space, sit or lay down comfortably. Let's close our eyes and let's release any thoughts that are circling our mind before now. And together let's inhale and exhale 3 times deeply. I'd like you to scan your body from the top of your crown chakra to the tip of your toes for any tension or stress. And if you have any tension or stress, I'd like you to let out a sigh and release it. Now let's bring our awareness to the thoughts that are circling in our mind. And let's imagine being inside of our brain. So I'd like you to quiet your mind and have some stillness. Let's see what thoughts surface and what thoughts you select. What do you automatically think about? And are these thoughts useful to you? Positive or negative? Do your thoughts circle back to the same thoughts? Now, our thoughts create our future, our personality, and our destiny. So let's begin to clear away negativity to have a pure spirit. Let's try to open up more space inside of our brain. So whatever thoughts that you have that you feel like you don't need and that are not useful to you, I'd like you to send them away and allow them to leave your being. Now, as you do that, I'd like you to imagine more space in your brain. And I don't know, whatever that means to you. Maybe it's light. Maybe it's a big glowing light that's spreading out into your brain, making room. Now, if you need to breathe out the thoughts, whatever they are, and they're useless to you right now, I'd like you to replace them with the light in your brain. The light is glowing, it's peace, it's calming. And let's breathe in fresh air and breathe out any negative thoughts that you are carrying. And those negative thoughts might be something that is not helping you. It's an old pattern of thought. Something that you heard from your childhood that is not worthy of your life now, that you don't need anymore. It's not useful to you. Maybe it's something a person in your life has said to you that's hurting you. Something negative. It might be hurting your self-worth, your self-esteem. It might be a downer. And it just might be something that is not good for you. So you're going to let that go. Let it out. It's not necessary anymore. And now that you have room in your brain, I'd like you to imagine the biggest hope that you have. Something that you've been wanting in your life. Maybe it's something that has surfaced recently. I'd like you to put that thought right into that space, that beautiful, glimmering, glowing light that's in your brain. And I'd like you to allow your heart to connect to it and say, it's okay for me to have this dream and hope. Now, this newfound space is sacred to you. You're not going to share it with anyone else, your hope. You're going to keep it to yourself. And you're going to say, I would like, and then you finish the sentence. I would like. If you need to say it out loud, I would like. Now let's stay in that moment. Embrace this thought. Give it power. Be brave. Have courage. I will count backwards to 3 and you will open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Thank you for joining us. Sometimes I do visualizations on my own, and I will do them even, I might be driving and I'll see something in my mind and I'll put light around it because I'm pretty good at that by now. And then I say to myself, stop, you've done enough. And it's like, because I have an intensity. But I want to say to you, as soon as you put that out into the universe and you let it go, the universe will, like I said, bring it to you. Maybe not immediately, maybe not in this moment, but eventually it will come to you. The more clear you are with your energy. Now, I say clear. What does that mean exactly? When you're more clear, that means that you're not holding on and you're not attached to old ways of thinking, which could be patterns of thought, could be, I have to do things this way, very regimented. And you're saying it's the only way. It's like control. It's too much control. As soon as you let go of some of your control, because there's nothing we can control. Things can happen and we have no control over it. Like I say, the only thing that you can control really is what you eat and drink, what you put in your mouth, because everything out here is out of our control. So really all you have the power over is yourself. So as soon as you clear yourself and the energy, your energy field, everything out here will become more clear. It doesn't work like, oh, well, if I control this situation out here, then my life will be better. It doesn't work that way. You have to let go of whatever's hurting you. And sometimes we can't control that because we're in either some kind of long-term situation that's hurting us. Maybe it's trauma. Maybe it's the people that are surrounding us. And I'm not about what other people are doing. I'm more about, I give helpful suggestions to light and love and compassion and kindness. And that's all I can do. And everyone's on their own because that's their journey. My journey is here with you right now. My journey is helping and healing, whatever that is. Right now it's taking the form of Twitch TV, Signs of Light. Maybe for a while it was working with clients for a few years. For a while it was working at corporate events. It was for a while, for me, it was writing. I'm an author. I've written a few books. And in my future, I don't know. But to get back to having a clear energy within your spirit, it's about letting go. It's about letting go of anything that's hurting you. It's about letting go of pain, anger, sadness, or fear. It's about forgiveness. When you forgive others, it's really beneficial to you. It gives you clarity. It allows you to essentially be a better version of you. Because when you say I'm sorry, or you accept and forgive someone for something that they've done to you, you're making room in your self for more to come in. When we hang on to things is when we're blocked. We are blocked and we can't move, and we become stagnant. And the reason why I'm so obsessed, and I am obsessed with saying release, 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 because when we don't, then we start to get sick. And I'll tell you a story. When I was younger and I was absorbing everyone else's energy because I didn't realize that I was empathic, and I was taking on everyone else's stuff, and then I was becoming blocked in my chakras. And I started getting really sick. I started having autoimmune illnesses, and then I went for acupuncture, and then I had to go through all these series of holistic treatments. And I'm trying to say to you, you don't want that. You want to just unblock yourself by releasing negativity. And how do you do that? Well, maybe you need to get a composition book and do what I say to my daughter sometimes, a rant book. So if you're upset, just sit here and write. Because really, when we go and we speak to someone, isn't that what we're doing? We're just talking out loud. So do it for yourself. Write down whatever's bothering you. You don't even have to look at it afterwards. You're letting it out of your system. Sometimes when people come at you and they're upset and there's no justification, it's because they have to release it. So I'm telling you, my suggestion is to write it down. It's cathartic. Write down whatever's bothering you. That's one way to release it. Another way to release it is by spending time in nature. Go outside, speak out loud whatever's bothering you. And this is to find your light. This is to find your hope and your dreams. Yay! Okay, let's see, is there anything else I want to mention to you? Probably, so Thursday, July 22nd, David Eller will be joining me, and he will be talking about stick structures. Do I have any stick structure books? Here's a book on stick structures, and this is by Christopher Knoll, and this is what stick structures are. But he's going to be talking about his experiences with Bigfoot and his encounters, and he really is an investigator. If you would like to find more about Bigfoot, it's the BFRO website. I think it's BFRO.net, and that's the Bigfoot Researchers Organization. And then next Monday, I'm excited to share with you, I've been mentioning Randy Marks, a shaman from Texas, will be joining us, and that is July 26th. And Randy is very, very insightful, and she is very connected to other realms, and she is someone who can tell you all about karmic debt and karmic debt in relationships. And what is karmic debt? Karmic debt is, you can come into this lifetime with karmic debt, which means that past lifetimes you've, I don't know, as they say, karma is, good karma is virtuous actions create happiness, non-virtuous actions create suffering. So karmic debt is you've been suffering, and you have to I guess you want to say you have to do the work to get the good karma. And so karmic debt in relationships means that either someone in your past is from a previous life, and or like they're like a soul, your soulmate, or there's someone that you're supposed to have a relationship with for a lesson. So she'll be talking about karmic debt, karmic relationships, and other realms. And last time she talked about lighting a fire and basically having an intention, lighting a match, having an intention and throwing it into a little fire and letting it go, which is a way of releasing. Oh, hi, who's this? Some soul. Hi, nice to meet you. Hello. And thank you for joining us. How did you find me? So it's Some Soul Not Lost. Oh, I like that name. So Some Soul Not Lost. I'm Mary Amy. This is Twitch TV. I don't know if you've ever joined our stream. Usually I'm here and I'm doing streams from 2 to 4. And today was a little bit later because I had a family emergency, really, the truth of the matter, and so I had to take care of it. But I talk about myths and legends and UFOs and Bigfoot and divine light and angels, and these are my followers, and here's an angel painting. Do you have any questions? It's great to meet you. I don't know, I mean, hello? Hello? Oh, I do a visualization, and usually I have a guest. And I will be having a guest on Thursday and Monday. I stream Mondays and Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, because sometimes my guests cannot join us during the week. I'm here to speak of the mysteries of the universe, and I am on a journey of hope and love, and I am hoping that I can help bring out the beautiful glowing light that's in your heart, and I'm here for you, and I love you all, and that's my mission. So, oh, nice to meet you. I'm good. Got inspired by your talk. I'm here looking for some guidance. Is that safe space to discuss brainstorm problems or see how I might not? Sure, of course. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. That's what I do. And I've worked as a coach. Let me just write this in here. So sure. Yes, brainstorm. This is definitely a place, a safe space, a sacred space, a safe space. And I'm really someone who wants to be genuine and to tell you that, like, I have, of course, I've had all of my own good and bad in life, and I would say I'm moving up. I'm going towards light, all light, and And I'm not coming from a place that everything's been perfect for me, because that's ridiculous. And if you listen to me, you know that I have no filter, basically, because I want you to know that you can talk to me and understand that I will come from the heart. And life is not easy, because even if we are headed towards our passions and our purpose, even then we can be sideswiped, or something just lands in our lap, and we can't keep going. And those moments actually are necessary for us to become stronger and for us to learn lessons. But it's when we get stuck is the part that I'm here to say, to unstick you, and unblock you. And I hope that you understand. So what I've learned is that even when things seem impossible and I'm never going to get there, I just have to be consistent and keep going and be brave and be strong, because it's just around the corner. I used to be someone, just so you know, I used to go out on auditions, and they'd say, oh, every 20 auditions you can book a job. And my agent used to say to me, you never know when the good is going to come, when the opportunity is going to come. And I say that about life, and maybe that's why I'm this extreme optimist. And when I meet people, that's one of my issues. Oh, thank you for your time and guidance. So I tend to fall towards darkness whenever I'm stressed out. I go into a habit of letting go that stress through doing things that I'm not proud of. Basically, I'm married, but still the way I let go of stress is by watching porn. Feel bad that is not the real me, but my brain is associated with porn. By letting go of stress, I'm not sure how to get it. Okay, so when you go into darkness, so basically that's an addiction, and that's like a habit. So when you go into darkness, for whatever reason, that going into the porn or looking at the porn is probably either a way for you're actually either it's either helping you to stay in the darkness, or it's just a pattern that's you're circulating back into. But either way, it sounds like you're actually calling out to say, I want to redeem myself for your own conscience, right? So you want things to be better for yourself. And the fact that you're acknowledging this means that you do. So you have to say, I'm patting myself on the back, because this is a huge step for me, because I'm basically, somebody that you don't know, and you're explaining this. And I think that's wonderful. I think that's commendable. Now, if this is something that you really want to do, the reason why you're doing it is for some reason. Something in your being is drawing you towards that. If you want this to stop and you don't want to do this anymore, you have to replace it with something else. And it's a symptom. So going to that is a symptom. And I know it's a symptom because you're acknowledging it. And you have to replace it with something else. But let's go to what the real problem is. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is the darkness and how you feel. I don't know if it's someone that's putting you into that feeling or some situation. And usually when we go into darkness and we go into like an isolation inside of ourselves, it stems from something that happened to us, and it was traumatic, and so you're probably in pain. Now, I always say that whatever you're fearing is worse than actually is not, I'm sorry, whatever you're fearing isn't as bad as actually retreating from it. So for me, my suggestion is to connect to and identify whatever it is that's bothering you, whatever your fear is, whatever brings you to the darkness. And you have to get through this. If you want to completely stop this behavior, then you have to find out and get to identify what's bringing you to the darkness. I'm telling you, it can't be worse than this. It's not worse than this. You just have to be brave and be strong and know that you can get through it. You're here, you're breathing, you're alive. You can get through it. It's not easy. Sometimes it'll keep coming back, and you have to accept that. So you have to say, I accept whatever happens. There's two characters in me, the one that wants to get out of this darkness, and the one that's push towards it. Speak any tips on how you do it? Starting me down towards it. Well, we all are two characters, really. We're all, we're all are like the light, and we're all the shadow. And it's there's a struggle, whether you realize it or not. Everyone's always, it's just sometimes it's worse than other times. And so how do you identify what's dragging me? Okay, I would say, let me think about how I want to suggest this. Okay. This is a hurt. This is something that's hurting you. So I'd like you to close your eyes, and I'd like you to speak to your heart. So close your eyes, and I'd like you to say, please tell me, and this might come through as your child in you, because we all have the inner child, and we all are really like, when we're born, our personalities developed in the first 3 years. And so whoever you are inside is usually going to come through as like speaking as the child if you're asking about hurt. So this is something that's hurt you for a long time, obviously. So I want you to go to your heart, and I want you to ask yourself, what is hurting me? And allow whatever it is, and say, I'll be brave and I'll protect you, because you're an adult, so you can protect yourself, so it can't hurt you anymore. So you're going to ask yourself, what's hurting me? And ask yourself if it still can hurt you, if you're still in a position of being hurt by it, or it's a child's perspective. I don't know if that's going to help, but that's my suggestion to start, is to ask your heart, your inner child, what's hurting me? And then whatever it is, you have to say to yourself, I'm okay. I'm not going to let this hurt me anymore. And I want you to say that I love myself. You can tell yourself you love yourself. So you're giving yourself self-love, and tell yourself you're going to get through it. You need to take care of yourself and give yourself a break, because the darkness that you're going into is obviously very painful. And whatever that is for you, I don't know if that means that you shut everybody out. I don't know if that means that you go into a negative energy, like maybe you get angry, maybe you cry. I don't know, whatever it is, it's not helping you. So we're going to let it go. So whatever it is that hurt you, you're going to try to let go. If you have to write it down, if you have to speak it out loud, you're going to let it go. And I'm going to make another suggestion. Don't spend all your time inside. Spend time outside. Make time outside for yourself in nature. Sit under a tree, a strong, healthy tree, and try to let this go. And you have to know that this is not going to happen change is not going to happen overnight. Okay, so when you identify whatever it is that's bothering you, find light that really represents my soul. I think that I've shut many out and getting angry too much while I do that. Is it okay not to be? No, don't be harsh on yourself, because look, you're living this life and no one else is living it. You're walking, no one's walking in your shoes, but you have to say, I forgive myself and I'm going to try to do better. I'm going to apologize to whoever I've been mean to, if I have been mean to. Look, you don't even have to talk to people to say sorry. You can say sorry, and if you genuinely mean it, they will receive it. It's energy. Words are energy. Everything you say and do is energy. What we're doing right here is energy. So you have light in your heart, and it's just covered. The darkness, you're not alone. Everyone goes through this. You have to know you're not alone. And I see your sense there's someone that is right there that you can connect to, and maybe you're not ready to completely share everything, but they're there for you and they have an open heart to you, and if you allow them in. And sometimes maybe it's about control. You don't want to share because you're trying to control the situation, but like I said, you can't control. So don't be harsh on yourself, and let's take baby steps for this, and you will get through this. And I'm gonna be back on Thursday, and I hope you follow me and I've helped you, and I wish you well, and I appreciate you reaching out to me, because that's what I'm here for. And I'm gonna say, be kind to yourself. And I'm going to say, everyone, I'm going to say this, and I mean this, everyone goes through tough times. Everyone goes through tough times, okay? But like I said, it's when we let it go on too long. So you're going to identify what it is. You're going to say, I love you to yourself. Go in front of a mirror, say, I love myself, I accept myself. I love myself, I accept myself. So much darkness, while I want to come out of this, part of it stares at your dress. What? What? Okay. That's okay. So accept yourself and have an open heart to whoever's in your life that is there waiting for you. And I will be back on Thursday, and I hope you follow me. And then I put you on this follow chart. As you can see, I have 4 new followers over the weekend. Thank you very much, everyone. So I will be back on Thursday with David Eller at 2 o'clock. And thank you for joining me. I forgot. Okay. So you can find me on maryamyofficial.com. I have my website, and I'm on Instagram, and I upload on YouTube. This stream is up for 2 weeks. And I have Facebook, and in honor of my Scottish grandmother, Lucille, may your lum reek, which means good luck and good fortune in the future. I am with you. Be well. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.